the misery goes on for José Mourinho and Manchester United.
Look, I think it's a bad situation. I'm actually slightly surprised that he survived after Saturday. The performance was that bad. You know, we'll go on to show clips of attitude and performance. It just wasn't nowhere near. And he's coming out in press conferences. He's constantly having a go at players. Yeah. He's having a go at people above him because he's not getting what he wants. And I think his mouth is probably out of control, and I think he's embarrassing the club.
Even to the team selection today, I think we spoke about the consistency of team selections hasn't been there for Man United, so you can't build relationships on the pitch. But even playing centre midfielders in defensive positions, he's done it 3 times this year, and 3 times they've conceded 3 goals. So that tells you one thing. But listen, at the end of the fans are frustrated. You can see it in the guy there who's talking in the video, and it's a shame to see it. But I spoke so much earlier with Scholes and yourself at the game. Something's got to give at some point. Yeah. So
when is that? He was very articulate, that gentleman who spoke there, Mark, was it? And you can feel his frustration. It's a mess at the moment.
Because what I said, the narrative of the club, especially this year from the pre-season, unfortunately hasn't been football. It's been everything but football. It's been about everything off the field, with individual players, with spats, with little mini wars within the club. That's not right. That's not how a successful football club runs. You've got to make sure that you've got players in there there's a harmony within the squad. There's an ambience.
But who's going to bring that?
But there's a harmony being built. We look at Chelsea today. The ambience in that squad is positive. It's happy for one reason: Sarri. That's what a manager's in there to create. He's in there to create an environment that's a happy place to work, and that then breeds positivity, and that is a platform, a foundation for success. And now we talk about little details like social media. I'll be honest with you, if I was a manager of a football club, I'd shut down social media, because that's a problem that keeps coming out. It's something that all the fans are talking about. It's something that the manager talked about on the training pitch in front of the cameras. Shut it down.
They can't shut it down and use it at the same time.
Listen, the best.
They have their own webpage.
Yeah, he's putting down into practice. But I go back to today's performance, and I go back to performance we've seen in the last year or so. It's about a work ethic. When you walk into a football club, whether it's a Sunday League team, whether it's a pub team, whether it's a Premier League team, the first thing on the tin that needs to be done is to work hard. Before you talk about football ability, before you talk about who can score goals, etc., you've got to earn the right to play. It's an old saying that people say, but you have to. It doesn't change. That ain't going to change. That's the same thing before you do anything, you work hard and you make sure you put the other team under pressure so that when you come in, no one can sit there and say to you, oh, you didn't put it in today. That's an embarrassment. If someone said to me in training, let alone in a match, you didn't work as hard as you can do today, you're not putting it in, I would be mortified. I'd be sitting there going home, looking at me thinking, I'm cheating myself. I'm not even cheating, I'm cheating my teammates. I'm cheating the people that pay my wages. I think it's a disgrace for someone to be able to sit there and call you out for your work ethic. As a football player, as an athlete, I don't agree with that. It shouldn't happen. And so the players have to take responsibility if that is happening.
I don't need a nice SMS. I don't need a tap in my shoulder. I have my contract until the June of 2020. I think the responsibilities of the good and the bad moments are to be shared by many, and I don't need that word of support. That I don't need anything. Maybe I am naive, but I never believed in divided dressing rooms. I never believed in a player that goes to the pitch and doesn't want to win, unless one of your top pundits was a player and did that. You know, if Rio or Paul or any one of them went to the pitch and didn't want to win for his club, for his manager, for his mates, for himself, if he didn't want to win it, I have to say I am naive and I have to believe in that. But because never in my career I had a player or former player that told me.
Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment.